One of the hardest parts of growing a business, no matter what size you're at right now or how many employees you have or don't have, is knowing who your next best hire is. What's the one position that if it was filled with an A player would get your business to the next level? And that's what we're going to go over in today's episode of Built to Grow. The biggest difference between a company that struggles and one that consistently scales is their ability to create a team, and that could be a team of employees or vendors or independent contractors. It doesn't matter, but you need to be able to develop leaders and a team in your company. There's one company in Club 28 that was doing about $5 million when I met them in less than 14 months ago, and they'll probably close this year around $35 million. And the only employee in that company is the owner. Everyone else is either a vendor or an independent contractor. And I'm not saying that that's the best model, but it certainly proves that you can build leaders out of almost anyone who has leadership qualities in them, whether they're an employee or a vendor or an independent contractor. In fact, time spent developing leaders has possibly been the most lucrative time that I've ever spent in any business, which is why I could go into practically any company and scale it 2, 3, 4, 5x its growth curve with one good person, even if they're running crappy systems. What you cannot do is grow a company with great systems and crappy people. And there's two parts to this. Number one is knowing who your next best hire is, and then finding them and hiring them and motivating them to be a driver in your company on your team. Now, if you need help finding great people, watch the video that I shot titled How to Find and Attract and Hire Great Employees. That episode details every aspect of how we put together teams of A players who love working with us and who drive our growth in every company in my portfolio. But how do you know who your next best hire is? For that, we use a process org chart, which is simply an org chart that's built not for where you are today and not for where you want to be 5 years down the road. Because in my opinion, both of those are useless for growing a company, and really they're usually more damaging than helpful. But rather, build a process org chart for the team you need in place to get you to where you want to be in 8 to 12 months. So you'll have a lot of boxes on your org chart, and you'll be on top, and then everybody who reports underneath you will be right underneath there, and everybody who reports to them will be underneath that line. But after you do that, what you'll have are just a lot of boxes with maybe job titles written in them, but no names yet. Now, the next step is add bullet points in each one of those boxes. And those bullet points should detail the most important tasks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the most important tasks that need to be accomplished by that person in that box. So let's just say your project manager box might have bullet points in it like, I don't know, develop the big idea, organize project tasks, assemble the team, manage the project budget, lead the team, hold the team accountable, and develop and deliver daily reports. So that might be your project manager box. And then after you do that for all your boxes, look at all the boxes and decide if certain boxes are just too overwhelming, because there may be some that need to now be split into 2 boxes, or some boxes maybe you only have 2 in this one and 3 in this one, and they're so similar that now you need to combine those boxes, because now you'll be able to see all this, and now you'll be so clear on what tasks each person needs to accomplish to grow your company to the next level. That alone is going to make your business more functional and more organized, and in turn, you'll be able to grow faster and more predictably. Then, after you do that, you put names in each boxes. And my guess is that when you get to this point, some names, including yours, will probably show up in a lot more than just one box. So you need to ask yourself, what box can I take my name out of that will free up my time to grow the company better and faster? But also ask yourself, what box can I take my name out of that I can fill with somebody else who could do that job better, or maybe bring relationships that could be a game changer for us? And remember, those boxes don't all need to be employees. They could be filled with vendors or independent contractors who fill vital roles inside your company. And when you go through that exercise, which might take you all of maybe an hour to do, you'll know exactly who your next best hire is, and you won't make poor hiring decisions ever again.
No matter what stage of growth you're at, we all need an unbiased review of what's working and also what might not be working anymore in our business. Because the greatest cause of stagnation in any company, the reason most companies hit plateaus in their growth, is because they fail to see the roadblocks that stop momentum in its tracks.